Welcome everybody to more Ash of Gods Redemption here on AP Games. Thanks for tuning in for a little bit more. If you're new here, please hit like and subscribe if you want to get more daily content like this game. And for those of you who continue to watch my videos, first of all, I'm not sure why you do that, but secondly, you guys rock. You deserve a little bit of Rockfest. There we go. Alright, so let's get back into it. We are here at Awaken, and it's looking like it's pretty much the end of the game. First of all, I just want to say that I think Awaken looks pretty cool. We got this men here. We gotta talk to Ake still as well. So let's go ahead and do that first. Let's talk to the big guy. Alright, you find Ake talking to some vandal. He waves his hand to see you. Look who it is. It's Patagang the merchant. He's in Albius. He's now an advisor to Stack of Victi. Can you imagine? Rask put in a word for him. I'm just telling Patagang how he met the little fellow and then parted ways. You have to restrain yourself from wincing. That's because Rask, or Churlin, passed away last episode, I think. Meanwhile, Patagang is looking at you as if he's reading your mind. You nod to him and try to ask something, but Ake butts in. Alright, he says, Patagang's gonna arrange our stay and dinner, so we won't have to huddle in the barracks. Well, King Trieg will arrive shortly, so I have to deal with some urgent matters. Patagang, yeah, this guy. Follows Ake with his eyes turns to you. It is no accident that we met here, my dear book lover. I can see the question swarming in your head. Ask away. You look at the vandal warrior turned merchant and see a man who lost his loved ones. He is a man gifted with second sight. It must have been shamans in his bloodline. Alright. You look at me more intensely than the damsels looked at the silks in my stall. Come ask, for I have a lot on my plate. Rask is nowhere to be found, and I'm busy as a bee. Alright. Did you flee Albius because of the reaping? You can't run away from the reaping. What's unnerved me were the people. Were they even people? Some swear that some wear a monster skin, other the cardinal's robes. So others wear regular clothes like you. Do you have shamanic? I'm not really sure how you would pronounce that. Ancestors. You say you saw the Reaper then, but you ran away from the Cardinal and not from the Reaper. Why are you not running away? To the Reaper, I'm nothing. He can have us all in one go. To the Cardinal, on the other hand, had a personal interest in me, you see. He needed eyewitness accounts of the events in Albius. I'm glad he's not come here for me, he's come here for. Alright. Why did you stay in... Seen sorcery of all kinds. First young woman came to Albius. I swear I'd never seen a finer last in my whole life after that. It seemed like the sky went dark in the storm clouds, and then the Reaper appeared finally. When the bell began to peal, the darkness started to dissipate. Why can you tell me about Thorn? Ooh, yeah, we gotta find out more about Thorn. That I cannot tell. They say you can spend all your life cracking nuts, but break a tooth on the millionth. The Brennans are tough to crack like these nuts. There's something special about them. What exactly? I don't know. Why did you decide to stay in Awaken? It's easier to breathe here. The pestilence I narrowly escaped in Albius seems to be less potent. Even the Cardinal here is different. I'm nevertheless afraid these blessings won't last. Why do you say so? The darkness thickens. It will soon engulf Awaken. What lies at the heart of darkness is not my concern. I just know that there's nowhere else to run. Everything will be decided here. I can feel it. Alright. I have bad news for you, Patagang. Your friend Rask lost his life. Lost it completely and irrevocably. It happened to him several days ago. I don't want to talk about it, but you should abandon all hope of ever seeing him again. Wow, that was, that's kind of dark. I knew Rask was no more the moment it happened. I sensed trouble in him. Just like I sense it in you. I'm no sorcerer, of course. I just feel it. I won't prattle, I promise. No need to attract attention. You see and feel everything. You ran away from the Cardinal, but stayed here when he came to Awaken. You saw trouble in Rask, and Rask is no more. You saw trouble in me, yet I still live. Are you a sorcerer? Seeing things doesn't make one a sorcerer. I went for a stroll about the fortress the first day I came here. I was really intrigued by the ruins under the men here. Don't know whether you look carefully enough, but there used to be an inscription, and now it's gone. Alright. He's not a shaman, so it's not meant for his eyes. I should be going now. Riddles and cryptic words have been getting on my nerves these past few days. Alright. Well, we can talk to Coronzone. Perhaps it's better to leave him alone. Let's look at the men here first. From the outside, the fortress looked frozen in frightened expectation. Inside, it's abuzz with life. Hundreds and even thousands of soldiers scurry. Arrows and stones are being hauled up to the walls. Kindling is piled under huge cauldrons filled with slabs of tar to be melted and poured on people. Horses are neighing nervously. A baby is crying. Alright. Short distance from the gate, see a mysterious black rock jutting out from the ground like a black fang. Jeez. Been to Opeka many times, and over the centuries the men here have become part of the wall, and the white boulders have practically disappeared. What is so special about this men here except it destroyed an ancient chapel from which it rose? It's a 1,000-year-old mystery, an everlasting one. People seem to avoid it without even thinking about it. Let's see. Someone stands behind you, but not too close, but not too far either. Only for a moment you believe it's Emma. You're lost in a strange love, but you listen sharply and realize it's someone else, familiar yet different. She has come to speak to you, and it's not a conversation you can avoid. Philia! You turn around and face a tall blonde woman. The way she looks at you suggests that she already knows everything you could tell her. Her resemblance to Emma is striking, only her hair is not as fair. So this would be Emma's daughter then. Presumably, of course. My name's Philia. I've been waiting for you. Mother told me that you would certainly come here. Your mother drove me here with promises, riddles, and cunning. She even cursed me. Who is your mother? I can only tell you what I know myself. My mother, I call her Chilla. She goes by Unda. For those who have never met her, believe me, if she had given me anyone a burden, she would have shouldered it twice as much herself. Alright. Can I get rid of the curse in Opekam or not? Why don't you draw your sword and ask me whether you can win a duel? How am I supposed to know? I'm not a fencing expert. I know not your opponent, nor do I know you, in fact. Don't ask me about matters you're supposed to know yourself. It's not the reason I'm here. So why are you here? Where are the secret words? You came to the right place, Blance. Ooh, she knows his real name. But you're looking the wrong way. The words you need are on the white stone, which is much more ancient than the men here crushing it. Come closer and you'll see. I've studied the ruins of the ancient chapel 1,000 times and never saw a single word inscribed on them. Who could have done it? The Opekam guards keep a close watch on the men here, even though it's been dead 1,000 years. Because you carry misfortune with you, is what it says. You look dumbfounded. Is there anything else written on the stone? Take into yourself that which you can take, for there is no one else to take it. And if you do not burn out, carry it. And with every step your burden shall become heavier, for you carry it for many, and their number increases still. You will save yourself by saving others, but you will not keep misfortune away because you carry misfortune within you. I can see the first 6 phrases. They are all here, except for the 7th. What does it mean? I don't have to go chasing all those fragments. I could have just read them here. There's more to it than meets the eye. Everything has its price. Some words are like heavy boulders. They can crush a person with their weight if they are dumped all at once. Where's the 7th stone, then? We ask. Good question. The instructions were follow the guiding one, collect the 7 parts of wisdom, read this, and be saved. Where's the 7th fragment? Alright, the message is this. You will find the last words in the very end, or else on the dearest one. Don't ask me to interpret this. I don't know what it means. What am I supposed to do with this? How can I save myself? She says, she hands over a package and says, I have nothing else to say, but you can put your book back. Mother sends it with apologies for borrowing it without prior notice. There's a great power within it, though it's not in the paper nor the binding. Alright, if everything gets sorted out, my arm, the reaping, the war, that cursed spell, your mother's better stay away from me, he says. It won't just sort itself out, Blance. We'll discuss this later. Alright, let's talk to Corin Zone then. Lots of chatting to begin this episode. Alright. Why are you here while Thorn Brenin and his daughter are not? I followed him to Frigga and looked for signs of him on the road. Must have outpaced him, but I expected him to arrive by the end of the day, barring any accidents. I hope you're not mistaken, Corin Zone says. It's true. Is it true that Thorn was pardoned? Yes. Unless he did something insane since then. There will be a place for him on the walls of Opekam. Why are you still in Opekam? The Frisians are approaching. It's not like you stay in a besieged fortress. Don't make excuses. I know that you consider bravery foolish. Do I look like someone who makes excuses? He who comes on time does not rush. How can I leave Opekam without presenting my compliments to the glorious King Trieg? He'll come here. You'll see. Oops, sorry. Realize I... Alright. Are you mad at Trieg? Why do you need Thorn? What are they preparing to do in Opekam? What can you arrange in Opekam? It's a clean place. Isn't that what this is called? As if the land swept by the reaping were filthy. The Umbra from Frisia didn't focus on Opekam for no reason, did they? I cannot speak for them, but I can make conjectures. I believe they want to wake the dead men here, or something else. Are you still mad at Trieg? I always settle my debts, especially if I owe puny mortals. You owe me, Corin Zone. Thanks to you, my whole arm has turned black. Filaments of darkness are crawling towards my heart. I ask of you, leave King Trieg alone. And why do you request King Trieg? Since When do you take interest in officials? Normally, you protect the weak and the poor. Consider it my whim. King Trig can be boorish and rash, but giving credit due to Stakit Victi, there's no better commander of the fortress. Could it be that you don't want Opakam to endure the siege? It will not endure, Blance, but I will grant you your wish regardless. At least until Opakam falls and darkness consumes your heart. Alright, why do you need Thorn? A very good question indeed. Need Thorn, what makes you think so? Did I say so? No, I don't really need him, I was just curious. It's not every day that you see someone who could resist a Reaper. Did you plan to test him yourself? I would test his daughter, although it might seem she may have a higher purpose. Alright, I will take my leave. Suddenly, a bell starts ringing over Opakam. The melody is different from what you've heard. It's ragged and rushed. The bell ringer is trying to deliver an urgent message. The defenders drop everything that they're doing, running their errands, toiling to prepare for the siege, and look up in frozen expectation. Something must have happened, and it's not the Frisians' arrival, as soldiers in the bastions are staring at the bell tower. You look around for someone who could offer an explanation, but like you, the soldiers' troubled faces reflect no understanding of what's going on. In times of war, a bell seldom rings for good reason. There is commotion at the southern gate, though. Several riders come in. There are too few to be reinforcements, yet too numerous to be messengers. You strain your eyes and start recognizing faces. Time to brace yourself for bad news. Trig! The first person to recognize is Shek, master of the guard from Ursus. He leaps off his horse and tends to another rider, who's wearing a superior cape and whose weapons have the glint of the final steel. It's Trig, now king. He shoves Shek aside and gets off the horse himself. The party must have had a perilous journey. Amma! This entourage is too scant for a king. It's definitely not the Durranian army. Something must have happened in Hyborg. Who is that white-haired woman among the soldiers? It cannot be. It's Amma! What is she doing here? And where did she come from? Staggering, she walks to the men here while you stand rooted to the spot. Once again, something interrupts your brooding and awakens you from your stupor. It looks like another company has arrived from Opakam. Is this Trig's mounted rearguard catching up to him? The riders are wounded and their horses exhausted. Prince Headerleg is also here. Hyborg must have fallen, and the road to Burkana must have been cut off. It's the only explanation for such a ragged company coming to Opakam. Very soon, the fortress will be besieged from all sides. The two companies merge. You watch Stakit Victi point a finger towards the main bastions as he explains something to King Trig. Deep in conversation with them is Ake. The giant looks around, sees you, and gestures for you to join the discussion. Alright. Do I see the book lover? Skip the kneeling part. In times like these, kneeling's only good for the scaffold, and if you're lucky enough to even make it that far. I've spoken to Ake and Count Victi and learned some curious facts. You are the book lover from Isana. I have a lot of questions for you, Hopper, some more important than others. I'm delighted to see you and grateful for healing my son. There's only a small matter of his disappearance. He went after Thorn again, and my men could not catch him. Where is Thorn? What have you been doing all this time? I'm hoping you won't have to suffer my royal wrath. Ask the gods to spare me from your wrath. We followed Thorn's trail up to Opakam and anticipated his arrival. I'm sure he'll be here by the end of the day. I hope he brings Hode with him. We'll discuss this later now. For now, people praise you for your knowledge. If you're truly wise, as they say, do tell me this. What did the Reapers want, and why are they helping Frisia? Why did they drive us to this fortress, and what is so special about Opakam? The secret lies with its men here? Who needs a man here that hasn't healed a single ailing suppliant? I think that meant to say supplicant. Frisia and the Reapers are unlikely to be preoccupied with healing Birkin. Temple servants know more about sacred stones than I do, and if I doubt even they would be able to answer your question. They want Opakam to fall. Why'd they give me an escape room that would bring me here? The Reaper didn't just split open Hyborg's defenses, they cleared the road to Opakam. I'm asking myself the same question. I'm not a Reaper, Your Majesty, but I suspect that for some reason he wants you to seek sanctuary in Opakam. Reapers are not helping Frisia. This doesn't seem quite accurate. It's the Burkanan fortresses the Reapers are taking. Burkanan warriors, they're setting at each other's throats. How doesn't that count as helping Frisia to beat us in this war? The past has taught us that the Reapers do not help anybody. They are Burkana's enemies as much as they are Frisia's. When they destroy one camp, the other rejoices and considers it held until it too is destroyed. I can see that your wisdom is overrated. You'd better be a fine chronicler than an advisor. We are at a pivotal point in history, and what follows is worth writing down in your annals. Don't leave out the details. You can rely on me, Your Majesty. Everything I witness will be recorded, and certainly have a copy of the scroll in your archives. I hope that our descendants live to read this. Now go. We'll let you know if you're needed. Whew, lots of chatting this episode, guys. Alright, let's talk to Shek. Meh, see? Mr. Shek, meh. Didn't expect me to see you here, Hopper. I overheard your conversation with the king. I gather you have some questions for me. Hello, Shek. Probably won't be the only one asking questions. Everyone in Opakam is wondering what's happened to Hyborg. Hyborg has fallen. It would have endured even though the Gales and the Vandals made a corduroy through the swamp, had the Reapers not appeared at the main gate. I haven't seen him myself, but apparently it was the same one as Albius. The guards let him in, and then hacked each other to pieces. We were lucky to escape with our lives. Why didn't you retreat to Ursus or Jera? Thousands of Gales and Vandals used the corduroy to cross the old Gebanin Road and block it completely. We didn't plan to burrow in Opakam. It's just that there was no choice, as if some superior forces drove us here. Alright, why have they yet called to Opakam? Why are the Northern Umbra doing this? Alright, did you send for reinforcements? I fear no messenger got through. I've seen carrier pigeons picked off with arrows right at Hyborg's towers. We're being rounded up, Shek. If what you're saying is true, there are enemies coming by Marsh Road, and soon soon enough they'll close the trap with the Frisians on the other sides and Gales and Vandals on the other. Alright. As a boy, I heard the story of a great battle 700 years ago. Imagine there were 5 Reapers fighting in the Battle of the Drazi Deep. 702 years ago, the battle was different. The final one, or so it seemed at the time. Right now, a single Reaper can cause more than enough trouble. How did Hedderleg end up at Hyborg? Same way we ended in Opakam. The enemy left no other route. Hedderleg planned to go east, but he couldn't go anywhere other than Hyborg. A hard battle was fought at its walls, and the Prince of Izana would have perished if not for Lan. Doesn't quite have the countenance for a good warrior. Just as the 5 kingdoms of Burkina work together, so do the 2 royals. There's nothing to bicker about, really. Trig and Hedderleg command their own men. There's no time for arguing when we stormed out. They agree that Count Victi should retain his post as commander in Opakam. Alright, where did you meet the white-haired woman? She keeps to herself. She didn't tell us anything about her name. Doesn't let her play. She's not a peasant, and she's armed. Saw her, offered a horse to ride with us. She accepted, so I gather she's a bit batty, but not completely dumb. She's very, very far from dumb. It seems to me she's only getting... who's getting silly with age. Alright. Besiege fortresses like a ship. You can't even get away if you're sick and tired of each other. In truth, though, I'm busy with other matters. I hope to find Brand Victi. He's probably hiding under his father's wing. Alright. So, Brand Victi stole some guard salary. Sacker will not turn his son over even to the king. You'd rather wall him up in a hole and save it. Man, tons of talking this time, guys. Sorry. I figured that by now there would have been at least some battle. Alright. You stand next to Emma until she finally meets your gaze. Why are you here? I'm not a seer, but I sense that the Reapers are plotting something, gathering everyone here. They want to kill you, Blance, and turn your spirit to ash, forever, irrevocably. I thought you should know. Are you sure? Adna paid me a visit. I could tell her intentions. What did she tell you? Who would benefit from my death? Whatever the Reapers do, they do for a reason. There aren't too many lower Umbra left. They want to hold a ritual, a triple sacrifice. Yourself, Chirlin, and I would guess Karboth. Killing 3 Umbra should release enough power to awaken one of the gods, who will become incarnate in the Chosen One, someone marked with a special sign. Someone strong enough to endure such a burden. Wake up, Emma, you're one of us. If what you say is true, then you're in danger. I'm here, and Karboth is close by, but Chirlin is dead. However, Opakam has been cleansed. The Reapers are powerless here. It's you who needs to wake up, Lance. They killed Chirlin, but they didn't let him go. Atrax swallowed him, and will spit him out here. The curse binding you to that body makes you an easy target. Karboth will be the 3rd. Why not me? I serve them once again. Ooh. So she serves the High Umbra now. They have other plans for me. Cornzone is also their servant, and there might be others too. So, ooh, there are people here inside the fortress that are plotting our destruction. Did Cornzone betray them? It's also possible there's no distinction between the Temple of Divine Retribution and the Temple of Divine Wrath. Instead, there's only one temple, and the waging of sacred wars was simply an act of deception. When you and 12 fellow Umbra took the field of Dress Deep, didn't you wonder why Cornzone wasn't there? Nor Ananail, nor Ine. I refuse to believe it, Cornzone. Nor is Ine. Can't vouch for Ine, but I can tell you it was a curse. It's not their handiwork. It takes away from the reaping. It upset Cornzone. Someone else had to cast it. Whether a human sorcerer tried to stop the reaping or Ananail is playing games of his own, they're only pebbles which won't stop a rockfall. Why do you serve them again? Anna found me and touched me with her crooked staff. Out of her 4 shadows, I'm the only one left. And I can still shield my body from my thoughts from her. I still have the power to go where I will, but I'm already her slave. I control this body for now, but her spores are hatching inside it, had it not been for Opakam. So, this reveals some interesting lore. So basically, Adna is one of the High Umbra, and then she calls herself a shadow. So almost like a projection of the High Umbra, which explains why Hopper and Atrak interact the way that they did when Atrak, or was it Dorpcall? When Dorpcall killed Churlin. If Opakam's purity isn't limitless, why are you here? The moment of protection fades, Anna will have her way with it. I will do whatever she wants. I'm here because you're in danger, though frankly speaking, you're not the reason I came. I fancied that I saw a glimmer of hope, a happy resolution, and you have to work for it. But I don't know what exactly you're supposed to do. How are they going to take over Opakam? It has to do with the menhir. It's not truly dead. All menhirs are different. The water menhir doesn't accumulate poison because it stands in the middle of a stream. The roaming menhir wanders around the Vale of Mercy. When the little menhir burnt out, the Ashen Wasteland was created. This one simply appeared in the wrong place. What do you mean in the wrong place? 1,000 years ago, it grew out of a chapel that was already ancient, destroying it in the process. I've touched the remaining blocks 1,000 times, even dug some of them up. There's no power in the stones. What if their lack of power is the flip side of the powerlessness of a dead menhir? It was you who led Adna to me unwittingly. A month ago, you came to me and traded a book. It was imbued with the same power as this chapel. Of all of us, you should know. Aren't the gods dead? When we escaped from the ashes of our dying world, the gods did everything in their power to save us. They sacrificed themselves. They set up menhirs to protect us in this new world, yet something went wrong and the reapings began. That's what I thought because my pity for mortals was blinding. Now listen to me. Forget about the mortals. Think only about the gods. They do not make mistakes, and nothing can go wrong when they're here at work. One of them didn't sacrifice himself. He has floated between sleep and death ever since. He is the one who set the previous world ablaze. He's the one they want to awaken. And the whole of Opakam is a gigantic altar for this sacrifice. You're out of your mind. 3 Umbra, some sort of sign, a chosen one, a divine incarnation. Who told you this nonsense? Was it Adna? Don't you know that you cannot trust her as far as you can throw her? I wish it was nonsense, but I divined it myself. The visions are hazy and difficult to make out, as if fate is still deciding how the dice will roll. Faces swim and fade. The only one I can see clearly are Churlin's and yours. Yours is not dead most of the time. Let's forget all misfortunes and leave this place together. Do you still believe your will is free? Or do you hope to repair a house that's already in ruins? I'm very tired. A certain Philia was supposed to escort me to a quiet place where I can rest. There she is. My offer still stands. You have no more pressing matters. All that's left is to wait for the siege to begin. It's about time, guys. Man, 20 some minutes of me just chatting. Alright, things past cannot be recalled. The thought stings, and so you turn around, head to the main bastions, and climb the stairs to the top of the wall. The green sea of Vandal Forest stretches up before you. The puddles of the Vandal Swamp glisten in oily black. On the north, the Milky Mountains reach for the sky. Not only does Amma's meaning slowly sink in, your old life and world as you know it are coming to an end. Bell starts to peal over the keep. From the west, still far away, comes a twangy melody of Frisian horns and the beating of war drums. The distance muffles and the clanging armor of marching feet, the squeaking of axles and baggage train carts. But the wind carries a faint odor of sweat, dirt, and greasy cooking. Frisian legions are approaching Opakam. The siege will begin in a matter of hours. The sun is disappearing behind dark clouds.
There is one thing you cannot give up. Control over your own life. If only you could trade it for your loved ones' lives.
All right. We're back with Thorn. Ooh. Okay. So we're at the Waterman here. We can go Border Road, Pilgrim's Path, or the Prison Road. I believe we went the Prison Road with whatchamacallit. So let's go the Pilgrim's Path. And we'll kind of go this way. And we'll hit the refuge of the wretched and go up like this. You hear a temple choir and venture into the forest to see what the monks are doing in this forbidding land. An odd sight awaits you in the clearing. Several wandering monks, identically dressed, stand with their arms raised to the sky singing prayers. There's also a small company of guards. Their commander comes out to greet you. His name is Tristan. He satisfies your curiosity. Laughing, he says, the end of the times. It's the end times. When the reaping is raging, you should abandon your worldly possessions, take to the road, and help poor souls who are losing faith. Rests his hand on the hilt of a sword and casually asks if you're ready to praise the gods and ask them for forgiveness. Vi whispers that the doctrine is considered heresy. The men you see are true lunatics who have forgotten scripture and the will of the temple. However, it's dangerous to turn them down. They'll readily attack you, for they fancy themselves agents of the gods. He offers to settle the matter. He claims to know what to say. Alright. Yeah, sure. Let Vi speak to the monks. You can't overhear, but when he comes back, he says that you're safe to continue. You shrug and return to the road. Okay. Refuge of the wretched. We'll give it a shot. And see what happens. We should arrive with just enough Strixes, hopefully. You halt and walk deeper into the forest to relieve yourself. As you straighten your clothes, you hear voices arguing among the trees. You can be adventurous and investigate, or ignore the voices and return to the road. Look for the people. Let's do it. Alright, we found some bandits. Locating the source of the sound, but today's your lucky day. For long, you're peering out from behind a tree into a large glade occupied by dangerous-looking men. Listening in, you discover they're planning an ambush on the road going through the forest. Come back with reinforcements. Can't let the bandits live. You never know who they'll hurt. Returning to the road, you describe what you've seen and heard to your worried companions. They nod. You can't turn a blind eye. Bring the party to the glade, and it's time for our first battle, almost half an hour in to this episode. Woo! Alright, let's get the sparks going. Time to level up some folks as well. +2 to health? Yeah, sure, let's do that on vampirism. And then I think Helm was the other one who leveled up. There he is. Alright, another level up. +5 energy from glancing blow. You could just do more damage. +5 energy, +1 attack. Let's look at your stats. Let's just do a +1 attack for you. Should be good. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how our items are. I'm fairly happy with our deck as well. Is there anything else here? Nah, I think we're good. Alright. Let's do it up. Okay. These guys are a little bit tougher. That's alright. So we're gonna do our standard formation. Get in here. Sprint forward with Thorn. Let him do his little crush thingamajig. It's ooh. Vandal Hunter. Okay. You got your throwback. He's got a throwback shot. Wow. That's a new kit. I don't think I've ever fought against one of those guys. Okay, let's do this then. Let's avoid these guys for now, and we will kind of do this. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and use our Touch of Chaos. Alright, damage the big boy. Increased attack on Thorn. Oh, he's probably gonna run forward, isn't he? Shoot. Shoot, dang. Alright, Yeah, I think we still want to get red on this archer. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my knock. Oh, knockback almost kills it. Let's do it. Because we need that armor. Putting this guy at almost no health is pretty handy too. Alright, he's walking forward. That's fine. So let's do this. We'll walk Ramlin here. We'll defense up on Thorn. Get him good and strong. And then we'll beef up Glada with some more attack. Ooh. Maybe I should have armored Glada instead, because they're going right for her. Okay, so increase energy, all damage health dealt to health. And then let's do a nice just regular old attack. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. This is what I want. I want them attracting. I want him to attract their attention. Let's go ahead and take out this this guy here. Nice big heavy swing from our hammerman, Helm. Nice job. Alright, that guy is targeting Ramlin. That's kind of sucks, but Ramlin gets some health back as the enemies start dropping like flies. Let's move Brett over. 28 damage. There we go. And then Hode will come up and finish this guy off on his turn. Alright. And there we go. Plus 19 health on that. Amazing. Love it. Ooh, he's gonna hurt me pretty bad. Okay. Alright, he went for Hode and not for Brett, thankfully. Alright, well, let's... You know what? I don't see a reason why we don't just continue on with Hode here. Get him some more kills. Alright. Let's do a berserk here with Helm. Get him buffed up. And he can come in here and do a nice stun attack. 20 damage on the opponent. Ooh, okay. I think that means it's time for Glada to move in here. How much health do I get back? 14. 18 damage. 23 health. 30 health. Let's just do this one. That way I don't lose as much health. Ooh. That was interesting. Probably gonna go for Glada. Yep. That's okay. Okay. So we'll buff you. And then we will do a power absorption on this guy. Now we've got one enemy left to deal with. He's going to do 30 damage to Glada. Oh, never mind. Yep, 30 damage to Glada. Okay, so let's work on this guy then. Brett, can you move up to a position to attack him? Yes. So let's do that then. $15 damage. Let's get rid of his energy. and then Thorn can finish him off next when it's his turn. Ooh. Okay. Let's do a parry. Target energy. Enemy is dead. And this guy comes over to the side here. Alright. Helm will engage. And let's do a nice... Let's reduce his armor. Target his energy. It's fine. And then Ramlin should be able to... Nope, can't get the kill. Okay. Bring Brett here. Do some big damagios. Alright, he just... That's fine. How do we do this then? We'll move up Thorn, have him use his anger. Buff himself up. Alright. Ramlin, let's have you pop on over. Give armor to Mr. Helm. And loan your attack to Mr. Brett. Alright, he's going after Thorn. Perfect. Glada can come in here and get the finishing blow. With her normal attack on energy. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, some tough bandits, but nothing we can't handle. And maybe a couple level ups? Yeah, oh, very good. The Brennans, along with Ramlin and Brett, all leveled up. Bada bing, bada boom. That was a good battle, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and do our level up before things get hairy. Thorn. Energy and walking. More damage on knockback. More attack. I never use shelter, so I'm not too concerned with using that. Otherwise, we can just... You know what? Let's just improve your knockback. Increased energy. More energy. Cooldown plus the energy from cover. Otherwise, we just do +2 damage on our regular... No, let's do +1 to attack. Because it'll buff everything. Sop leveled up as well, even though he wasn't in combat. Let's go ahead and do +1 to attack for him. Get him a little bit stronger. And then Brett. Same as well. +1 to attack. Ramlin. Let's... You're pretty low on health. +5 health could be pretty good. Actually, let's do this. Subtract the health cost of power absorption. Okay, I think that's everybody. Yes. Alright, and let's talk to Glada real quick. Tell me about this Druer. I'm confused. Can't get what Mavik told me out of my head. What do you want to know about my mentor? You said you saved his life once. I walked beyond the edge of the world to rescue your grandfather. Druer bestowed his power upon me and stayed behind. He died in the Vale, or so I thought. What do you want to know about grandfather? He saved him from the all-enveloping Vale. That I remember. How did you end up there in the first place? He was trapped, but it doesn't feel like a coincidence anymore. Of course, I don't think it was actually Druer's own doing, but someone had a hand in that. Someone needed me to dive into the Vale, absorb its poison, and then have a daughter. Do you want to know who Druer actually is? You know, if Drukit used to be Druer, then I feel Mavok is the same person too. Hey. I can hardly imagine, but if Druer can latch on to Drukit and Mavok, and somebody else cast a shadow over them, that would make him some sort of abnormal being, almost like a Reaper. Thought Malbec was on our side. Sure, we need to define where our sign is. Fair enough. Alright, let's talk to Score then. May as well get a little bit more talking in. Want to get something out of your chest, Score. Not about your ominous visions of the wasteland or being healed by the watermen here, but rather in general. Alright. Why do they need a reaping? Why do you think there's any point to the reaping at all? Never thought you'd say that. I've been contemplating it, but I haven't found an answer. No matter who orchestrated all this, the biggest mystery still persists. Obviously they're servants, not the reaping itself though. They have no masters, they're script. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. I keep forgetting to do this. Okay. Is there any way to defeat the reapers? You mean the gods? I doubt the plague eats away at Terminum without their complicity. The gods aiding us against the reapers are out of the question. At least the kind of gods worshipped in the temples. Alright, what other gods? You mean somewhere other than the one who planted the sacred stones? Who are you talking about? I'd love to explain more clearly, but I don't really know enough. I've been searching for a good book, but never got hold of it. Some witch took it from right under my nose, but it seems there are gods that have nothing to do with the sacred stones. One at least. Much good does your knowledge do if there's nobody out there to help us? What's the point of the menhirs? Power. Menhir's healing property only manifests when there's a surplus of it. Everything else is used to keep Terminum enveloped in an impenetrable wall of mist. If I deciphered it correctly, of course, there's no direct mention of it in the book. I've been to the Vale you're talking about. There's only death there and nothing more. I guess I learned what I wanted. I'd hardly be able to say so myself. Just don't take me at my word, alright? I'm just piecing together from scraps of knowledge I gathered during my world travels. Yeah. Alright. At least you're asking questions. Alright, let's continue on the wolf track. You witness a strange scene on the road, several gals extorting money from travelers while waving a piece of paper in the air. The villagers seem used to it, but you walk away upset, shoulders drooping. You hail one of them to ask what this is all about. The traveler introduced himself as Vrazelgath. What a name! Good night, Vrazelgath. Glancing at the gals warily, he shares his woes. The local governor hired gals to hunt bandits, giving them a written permit saying that they're carrying out his will. The gals do what they're bound to, extorting money from the locals. You say bye to Vrazelgath and ponder that for a moment. These people are in a bind. The permanent makes the gals untouchable to the guards. On the one hand, they really are serving the governor. On the other hand, you can't let mountain bandits rob honest travelers on account of a piece of paper signed by an idiot. You definitely know that we're going to attack him, but the gals have already noticed you once. Let's see. I kindly request to pay me and fellows in his name 100 gold, if you will. We're not too greedy. Let's go ahead and tell the gal to stuff it. You tell him where he can stuff the governor's permit. He runs back to his minions, and they draw weapons. A menacing grin twists your lips. You, a baron, a captain of the Odolin Guard, and a warrior who stepped beyond the veil will not pay these scum. That's right. We're too high class to pay taxes. Let's go ahead and fight. Let's get into it. Alright. So we'll do this fight, and then that'll be the end of the episode, it would seem. Alright. Okay. Well, this is pretty perfect. Let's go ahead and clear this out. And Thorn can walk right up here and do his little ground smashy thing. Of course, we'll have you here. We'll have our melee troops on... Let's see. You can probably go here. You're probably good there. I like this. Let's do it. Alright. Dive on in, Thorn. Let's do it up. Knockback. Boom. Disrupt that formation. Deal 75 points of damage with that attack. And, steal their attention so that the enemy is distracted. 42, 28 to health and energy. 28 health will get 13 back, so it costs 15. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So we'll do cover. Get us some of our energy back. And then we'll do a nice big attack on this guy. Take him out immediately. Increase our attack. Get some health back. I know it powers up the rest of the gills, but there's not that many of them. And they should be going for Thorn. Oh no, he's going for Helm. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This guy cannot attack. Walking distance by 1. We could do a nice dead shot to get this guy just about... Let's do it. Alright. So we will use defense here. Then we'll do a dead shot on this guy. Take out all of his energy. And a good chunk of his health. He's probably going to come up and give us a return smack, I would think. I can handle 3 damage. Alright, these 2 are the only ones left to go. Alright, let's bring Helm up. Deal with this guy. 514, yeah, no. Bonk. Just a big bonk over the head. Nice. Alright, he's going for a Glida. Not surprising. 20 damage, that hurts. Decent amount, but... I think if we... Well... Can I get far enough up to attack? No. Here's what we're gonna do then. We'll armor up on Helm so that he doesn't die. Then we'll do a nice power absorption on this guy. Take out most of his energy. Alright, he is going for Glida. Glida is in big trouble. Big trouble. Alright, let's do this then. Spirit armor on Glida. Ooh, ow. Okay, guys, I think that we're in a bind. We're in quite a bind. Let's see here. This guy, 16 damage. Yeah, so Brett is unfortunately going to take an injury. Unless I can kill this guy. But then same thing. Glada will probably take an injury unless I do. Alright, let's try this. We'll heal Brett. Okay. We'll move up. Increase our defense and our energy. And then do a nice little bloodletting here. Kill the enemy and gain 19 health. It's just freaking ridiculous. Alright, he's coming for Hode. He's fine with me. Alright. We'll just move Hode back. Do a nice little easy dagger strike. And we've got this guy to deal with, who's probably the most dangerous. Oh, ouch. Okay. Glada, can you kill him? Yes. Let's do damage split. And then basic attack will kill him and we'll gain a decent amount of health back. And this guy's too far away to hit Glada. So he should go for Brett. And Helm here will finish him off. Another big bonk on top of the head. Ladies and gentlemen, a victory over the Gels. There we go. Skirmish wears you out, but does nothing to relieve the frustration caused by the Gels' behavior. You find the fateful document, stuff it in the scoundrel's mouth, and shove it down his throat with the heel of your boot. You don't care if it offends the governor. You only stop after the Gels' head is a bloody mush. Wow. We got loyalty increased Hode. Well, Hode liked that apparently, and Helm did too. And alright, Gleda, Helm, and Hode all leveled up. Loyalty increase from Vi as well. That was a very Gleda, Vi, Ramlin. Man, everybody liked my decision. We should disobey governor orders more often. Alright, let's do some quick level ups here, and then we'll wrap up the episode. Gleda, I think that your energy is probably your biggest vulnerability at the moment. So let's get you some more energy. Hode, let's get you some more health. Again, probably your biggest vulnerability at this point. Helm, you're really not that tanky. Which I wish you were more so. But you know, let's do -3 defense on the target. That'll come in handy. Alright, Score, you are still our attack monk, and then Vi, our healing monk. Should I ever decide to use you. It's not likely though. Not likely at all. Alright. That is where we're going to wrap it up here for today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Check out some of the other series on the channel. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about what you think is going to happen at the end of this game. If you have any thoughts, any ideas, anything like that. So, thanks again, and we'll see you again soon here on AP Games.